Hey Collective, welcome back to another Ramble with Rob intuitive tarot reading. This is a message specifically for the Leo Collective, so if you're a Leo Sun, Moon and Rising, this message may just be for you. Let's hop into it and find out. Today I'm trying a little bit of a different spread. I'm going for a Celtic cross, so I've already done the spread for us and we're just going to jump straight into it and we'll see what messages the Spirit and the Divine has for you today. So the first card that we're going to look at is the card that's currently in your current situation. So the card that's coming up for you as your current situation, Leo, is the Chariot. Now I see this as a divine urge that's calling for movement. So there needs to be movement in all areas of your life. If you've got a goal that you want to chase it. If you've got a partner that you want to pursue them. And if you've got something that's calling you energetically or you're being intuitively drawn towards it, now is the time to take action. With the Chariot card, I like to read it intuitively. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I always read intuitive tarot. And this one always speaks to me about balance. It's that yin and yang energy. So make sure that you find the balance in your life. Make sure you find the balance in your energy and move forward with confidence, and make sure that you are, of course, using your discernment and you're going after the things that serve your highest purpose, but you are following your intuition and you're making sure to act on the things that you're being divinely drawn towards. There's a lot of stagnancy in the Leo Collective. I think that comes with the nature of Mercury retrograde and all of the different planetary shifts that are happening at the moment. But this is really calling you to bring in movement to your 3D reality. Make sure we're chasing after the goals. Make sure we're chasing after the things that truly align with our soul's purpose and fill us up energetically. The card that is challenging you at the moment is the Knight of Wands. So there's almost this fear of rushing in. There's a fear to take action, but there's also a fear of rushing in and making that action just because we need to make action. So make sure you're not acting on things purely because you feel like you need to. Don't react to things. Make sure that you're acting purposely. And again, you're taking actions that authentically align with the highest version of yourself. We're not rushing anything. We're taking steps and we're making action that's purposeful. We're not doing something because we feel like we need to be doing something. We're not doing something because we just need to put something out there right now, or we just need to go and get that holiday, or we just need to go and have that conversation. We're sitting back, we're reminding ourselves that action is needed and movement is needed in the current reality, but the right kind of movement is needed. We don't want this rushed energy. We want to take a really balanced, informed decision and then move forward with that, as opposed to jumping in and making actions or rash decisions just because we feel like things are stagnant at the moment. So don't feel like you're being boxed into a corner. Don't feel like you need to be making things happen just because. Make things happen when you feel balanced. Make things happen when you're in a nice, calm state. You're intuitively downloading hits from the universe, and you know that these are the things that are divinely calling you towards them. The next card that comes out is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in the area that we need to focus on, or the area that we need to develop slightly more. So this to me says that we need to basically enter our Queen of Pentacles energy and we need to start nourishing ourselves. We need to start nourishing our 3D reality, the things that we want, nourishing our own energy, nourishing our goals, nourishing the people that support and uplift us. It's all about that energetic balance. It's about nourishing the things that we already have so that they can grow and move forward with a lot more status, a lot more power. We're basically trying to nurture the things that we already have so that we can step further into our stardom, so we can step further into the power that we know that we already have. So make sure that you're focusing on developing yourself, having emotional, intelligent conversations, you're studying the things you should be studying, you're not doing excessive spending, for example. Just make sure that we are really taking care and nurturing all aspects of our life, especially things like finances and the 3D reality. And I think that energy always falls into that category as well. So make sure that you are nourishing your energy. Make sure that you are purposefully taking action towards the things that align with your vibration and with your most authentic self. The thing that's leaving you is the Queen of Cups. Now, I see this as almost being a card of not stagnancy, but it's almost just reminiscing. It's going over the same conversations, going over the same habits, going over the same patterns, and basically not changing them. So I see that there's going to be a real shift in your 3D in terms of energy, in terms of patterns, in terms of the things that you do with your spare time, for example. So I think that these thoughts, this overthinking is starting to leave you. Now, I see the Queen of Cups as being something that's very positive in terms of emotion, but showing up as the thing that's leaving you, I actually see this as being a bit of rumination. It's a bit of time taking, it's stalling, it's focusing too much on what other people might think or how this might make people feel. But actually you need to think about how it's going to make you feel. You need to think about how it's going to benefit you and how the conversations or the things that you're taking action towards are actually going to start to nourish you and your soul. So stop worrying about everyone else. Going back to the Queen of Pentacles, make sure you're nourishing yourself. You're putting that time and that energy back into you, and we're letting go of anything that's holding us back, anything that's making us just continue to overthink or to re-go over a situation. We're letting those things leave us naturally. We're not forcing them to leave. We're just naturally letting go of the things that no longer serve our highest purpose. The next card that comes out is the Strengths. So I see this as, the Five of Pentacles. And I see the Five of Pentacles as you actually gaining strength in the uncomfortability of being uncomfortable. So I think that you're actually becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I think that's a real key here, Leo. It's very, very common that people don't want to take action or they don't want to make moves because they're comfortable in their current situation. And I always like to say that your new life will cost you your old one. And Leo, you are already comfortable moving alone, moving in your own circles. You've got no problem with making your circles smaller so that you can concentrate on yourself and bring the things into balance and into your reality, the things that you actually know belong to you, the things that you deserve, the things that you've been working towards. So I see it as a really positive sign that you're not scared to move forward alone, you're not scared to work alone, you're not scared to walk alone. You are really powerful and you are really confident in your abilities. All you need to do is scale everything back and take informed action on the things that are aligning with you and the things that you're intuitively drawn to the most. So there's a real strength there. We've got the Five of Pentacles. You're not scared to be out in the cold. You're not worried about what other people might think. You're starting to really gain the confidence to move as an individual. You're confident to move on your own. You're confident to move in that solitude. And that's a really beautiful thing. In the near future, we do have a little bit of overthinking. We have a little bit of doubting ourselves. This card here is the Nine of Swords. And this is you basically being kept up at night. It's things weighing heavy on your mind. So in the near future, you might start to overcompensate. I think that you might be so worried about upsetting people that you start overcompensating in other areas. So it might be that you actually start to neglect yourself and you neglect your goals and the things that you're working on so that you don't cause upset to other people. But actually you need to remind yourself that you're comfortable and you're confident in that Five of Pentacles energy. You're not worried about being alone. So don't worry about how you spending time alone and you nourishing yourself and nourishing your goals is going to impact other people. Think about how it's going to impact you and how it's going to propel you forward. Don't let your actions, don't let your progression hold you back, and don't let other people hold you back either. It's really important that you embrace what truly authentically aligns with you, and you shouldn't be worrying about what other people might think or what other people are saying about you. Why is that person now isolating themselves? You know, we used to see them 3 days a week, now they never come down, or we only see them once a week, for example. But you need to remind yourself of the bigger picture here. You are trying to build something much brighter, you're trying to build something much bigger, and it's really important that you stay in that headspace rather than shrinking yourself down to meet everybody else's standards. The next card that comes out in the advice area is the Emperor. So almost going in line with the Nine of Swords. Don't let anyone get you down. Don't let anyone get under your skin. Don't let anyone make you doubt yourself. It's a really powerful time for you, Leo, and it's a really important time for you to start making steps or to continue with the movement towards your goals and the progress that you want to achieve. Make sure that you embody the Empress in terms of that, not necessarily the solitude. It's not the solitude aspect that we want to embody, but that almost comes as a part of it. When you're going after something that you want and others can't see that vision, you may naturally start to isolate yourself. But an Emperor wouldn't be bothered about that. An Emperor is more focused on what they are achieving, the things that they have, the things that they are going to go out and obtain. So make sure you're not letting people get in your head, and you are embodying the Emperor. You know who you are, you know what you want to achieve, and you know what you need to do in order to reach those goals, and you need to keep taking those steps. The first card was the Chariot. You need to keep moving and make sure that other people aren't weighing you down. The next card is your environment. So it's the Queen of Wands, and I see this as a really positive card. I think your environment actually supports you. With the Queen of Wands, I'm always drawn to the sunflower. It's really nice. It's a really yellow. It's a really happy card. I see this card as being quite abundant. There's a lot of love there. There's a lot of positivity. There's a lot of yellow. And I always think that yellow comes across as a very nice, golden, happy, warm colour, and I think that your environment is very supportive of you. You just need to make sure you're not getting into this Nine of Swords energy where you're getting inside your own head and you feel like you're letting people down or you're neglecting people, for example. The next card that follows that in your hopes and fears is the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that you're worried about, again, spending too much time on your goals and neglecting your social circle, or spending too much time on your social circle and then you're neglecting your goals. So it's finding that balance, Leo. It's continuing to work hard, and I think that is your fear. If you continue to work hard or you continue to isolate yourself so that you can go after your goals, you're worried about the repercussions of that. You're worried about how that looks to other people, but you need to stand strong in your power and keep chipping away at your goals and the things that you want to achieve. You've already done so much work here. Everything is starting to build up, and the benefits of that will soon come through for harvest, but you need to maintain on this course at the moment. You can't get sidetracked. You can't let people get in your head, and you can't start to get in your own head and think that you're neglecting people or you're neglecting responsibilities, for example. If you're trying to build a better life for yourself and you're trying to go after the things so you can level up your 3D reality, that's a really beautiful and powerful thing, and you shouldn't let other people make you feel bad or negative for doing that. The final card that comes out is the outcome. So the potential outcome here is the King of Pentacles. So if you manage to basically make really informed, wise, intuitive choices in terms of movement and the steps that you're going to take forward, eventually, if we drown out all the noise and we don't listen to all the background noise, you'll be able to enter your King of Pentacles energy. And that's reaping the rewards of the Eight of Pentacles. So like we said, you're doing the work, you're chipping away, you're really maintaining focus, and your reward is going to be the King of Pentacles. And that's everything coming to fruition for you. It's things like money, your purpose, your authentic divine self coming into alignment with everything in the 3D reality, and that paying you in basically money. So it's bringing you everything that you wanted and more. Everything that you are desiring and everything you're trying to work on is all coming into alignment with yourself, but we need to keep making movement. We need to stop getting in our own head. We need to stop worrying about everyone else, and we need to just keep making small steps. And progress looks different for everyone. You don't have to do a whole 3-hour vlog or a TED talk, for example, to make progress. Today, your progress could be as simple as making a 2-minute video that tells somebody how to curl their hair, for example. So don't overthink it. Don't think that progress has to be this massive, massive thing that you can see from day to day. What really matters is the consistency, and it's doing things every single day to know that you are trying to reach your goals and you are putting the work in and you are taking those stepping stones to reach the desired outcome, which in this instance is going to be the King of Pentacles. My name is Rob. Welcome to Ramble with Rob, Intuitive Tarot Readings. If this message resonated with you, please do drop me a comment below and let me know. I'd also really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. It helps these messages reach a wider collective, and I will see you on the next one.